Hey everybody, I am ArchArchon and today I want to talk to you about ranked PvP. I want to talk to you about ranked PvP because from game perspective we have for this week at least the new Mega Ultra Super Rush missions where we have 30 battles on which we have to use our units in a very effective way in order to get something like 600 crystals. I don't like the event, I think it's extremely boring, and just as a spoiler, you probably should use the boosted characters for each stage. Be careful how you keep your hero in extremes. If you don't have them soul boosted, then it's going to be a little difficult, so unit management is really important. But besides from that, I'm assuming in the last 2-3 fights, maybe there you're going to need like, I don't know, 2-3 teams in order to win. But for me, I have an extremely big roster. Actually, let me show you. And yeah, overall I really don't think that this is going to be a problem. Let me put everybody here, and I'm only missing blah 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 these guys. I am missing a few, I will give you that, but overall I am doing quite okay. And most of my fighters are already soul boosted. All of my sparkings are maximum soul boosted, most of my extremes are soul boosted, and some of my hero units are maximum soul boosted. So for me this rush mission is just something I'm waiting for to be really bored, and then I'm going to play the matches. Until then, Now the reason why I want to talk to you about ranked PvP is actually because this week for summoning we have this banner, and the question is why would the developers choose to include a step up banner where they are giving you the legendary finishers. I like this concept, it is pretty smart, pretty smart, but and I hope people are not gonna be really angry with me for saying this, but I don't recommend you guys actually summon for this banner. I mean, if you have crystals, then yeah, why not? But if you need to make an effort in order to get those crystals in order to summon for this banner, then I don't think it is worth it. Why, you ask? Very good question, and thank you for the question. Why is very simple. It is because right now in PvP, at least in my opinion, we have actually two main styles of gameplay. Actually three, two that work for me and three overall, and that's it. And those are, sorry. Number one is to use a team that has combo breakers and pretty good damage. Here we have of course two possibilities, and that's the future team, which I have right here, and the gods team. If you look at the team setup, you will see that they are almost identical with main fighters. What is different is of course the bench, because some are boosting the gods key, others are boosting the future, but overall the style of play is the same. What do I mean by the style of play? Very simple. Both of them, they focus around Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and because Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is able to do a lot of damage, and he also gets ki whenever he attacks, he also gets cards at a pretty good speed, then he is able to do pretty long combos. Now pretty long combos together with the fact that he has good damage results in the fact that you will be able to do pretty good stuff with this guy, even if you have him at 2 or 3 stars. If you have him at, I don't know, 7, then you are going to be unstoppable. Until, of course, you find somebody that will use... What will use? Yeah, that's right, they will use a combo breaker. Combo breaking means that when your opponent is cover switching, the unit that is being introduced in the match will break your combo. And this is how I built this team. In this team, I usually play with Trunks, with Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta, yeah, Vegito, sorry, and a few Zamasu. And both Vegito and Zamasu are combo breakers, one for striking, one for blasting. Trunks is an overall tank that in time actually gets damage. Now, a tank that gets damage, for you guys that have played with Transforming Cooler, the purple one, you know exactly what a tank with damage can do. Pretty I don't want to say destructive, but he can be a pain in the ass. Simple as that. That all has shifted. Now this team was very good after the anniversary, and it worked quite okay until we got the banner with the two new blue gods. Actually, I'm not sure if they have the God's Key, sorry. The Super Saiyan Blues, they should have the God's Key, right? Because of course they do. What am I thinking? Of course they have the God's Key. I'm talking about Goku and Vegeta. Now, Goku and Vegeta, they are awesome for the future tag, and let me show you why. Because when you click on these guys, you will see that Goku is boosting the Sun family and Vegeta, of course, the Vegeta family, and at 6 stars they are going to boost the future. Now, because they are going to boost the future and they are going to give a double buff that is for strike, attack and defense, and Vegeta is going to do the same for blast, attack and defense, these guys, just like that, will be unstoppable. I mean, you really do not have better boosters for the future team. If you check all the other future characters, in general, they are only boosting one attribute. So that's either an attack or a defense, or they give health. That's it. That's why the presence of Goku and Vegeta at 6 stars, it's mandatory. It's really mandatory. If you want to have a future team that will mop the floor with almost everybody, then you need those two. After that, you will be able to actually pick how you want to play. If you want to continue on the idea of combo breaking, then you will be able to use Goku, Vegito and Vegeta, or you can go with a classical setup like I have it here with Vegito, Zamasu and Trunks. It totally depends, but once you have all of this setup, then your options are pretty diverse, so you can choose. This is a team that is very suited for guys that don't have a lot of stars. They don't have a whale team. For me, that 3-star Vegito right now is enough because it really has all the damage I need in order to get the job done. If I get Vegeta, I want to kick out the legendary finisher Vegeta. That is the one that is actually right now in line to be wiped out. That's why when I get another 1000 crystals, because I already invested like, I don't know, 3000, because that's all I had. If I get another 1000, I will not go for the legendary finisher banner. I'm going to go for the blue gods. I want Goku and Vegeta, and if I'm able to get another upgrade on Goku, that would be awesome, because after that, with the items from the store, I actually have a chance to get him at 6 stars. In case you haven't noticed, Goku is also a combo breaker. That's why you can still use a team that has great damage and use the advantage of combo breaking. Of course, if you really want to annoy your opponent, then you can go with Zamasu, Goku and Vegito, and then all three of them are going to have the opportunity for combo breaking, which is pretty annoying, especially if your opponent is using the fusion team. The fusion team, let me go for it. The fusion team is a very similar team like the future team, because it also has combo breaking with the two Vegetos, and it is able to do long combos in case you are using Kefla. Of course, if you go for transforming Vegito or another unit, the style is pretty similar with the future team. That means that you can either go for a tank or another damage dealer, and you will have two combo breakers. Overall, long combos is the key for this sort of setup. For the Gods key, considering my gods also have Vegito and Zamasu, basically the same idea, but the bench is different. For all of these teams, the bench is different. Now you have to check your ability bonus, because right now if you're playing teams under 2000 ability bonus, then most probably your opponents, if they get a lucky shot on you, they are going to do serious damage. So basically you don't have the necessary defenses and health to go the distance in PvP. That's why the better the resistance and overall health, the more chances you have. I fought quite a few guys that they at least appeared to have a good skill, but they usually made at least one mistake, and once they made that mistake, because my damage was superior, I got a win. It happens. It simply happens. This is for guys that don't have necessarily whale teams, where, I don't know, Vegito and the new characters are maximum at 6 stars. But this is not the only team that you can use. We also have a team that I really like, but unfortunately for me I cannot use at the moment, and that is this one, the GT team. GT is totally different from what we saw until now. GT does not rely on long combos. No. They rely on having a lot of ki. If you're playing with purple Goku and green Goku, then you will have pretty good damage, and also every time this guy enters the fight you get ki. If they use the main ability, you got ki. Overall, this is a team that has a lot of ki. When you have a lot of ki, that means that you can actually use your cards pretty okay, and with a little bit of practice you can actually counter your opponents quite nicely. When your opponent is attacking, you don't necessarily need to use your Vanishing Gouge in order to dodge. You can also use a strike or a blast in order to make a counter. Blast on blast, you know what happens. Strike on strike, you know what happens, of course. So as long as you have ki and cards in your hands, you have options. The biggest problem for this team, for me at least, it is Omega Shenron. Although I have Omega Shenron at that impressive 8 stars, that's not enough. And yeah, I know it sounds strange, but it's not enough, because right now if you look at my ability bonus, it's under 2000, and that happens because my Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is at 5 stars and Sin Shenron is at 3. Sin Shenron should be at 6, and Vegeta should not be in this team. I should actually use a different GT team, and that probably should be Super 17 at 6 stars. But my Super 17 is 3 stars, so there's no use for him here. That's why Vegeta is still in this team. But if I would have had Sin Shenron at 6 stars and also Super 17 at 6 stars, then this team would have been much better. The one thing I want to specify to you guys, sorry, is the fact that Omega Shenron, he already has a big disadvantage against Vegito, and that's the color. Vegito blue, Omega red. But besides from this, Vegito also has great damage against the fusion. And yeah, Omega is fusion, just like Zamasu and just like the entire fusion tag. That is why it's right now a little bit difficult to play with Omega, because if you're not careful, then he could go down quite fast. The idea would be, if you play a team that has Super Vegito, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, to actually do your best in order to keep Omega away from him. However, when you're playing the GT squad, Omega Shenron is giving that annoying paralyze, which is actually so impressive. But this is a team that needs all of its members at 6 star plus, and after that you actually need members that give double bonus attributes. Like we talked at the beginning, you know, we give either strike, attack and defense and stuff like that. That is why Super 17 is better than Vegeta. Right now, unfortunately, these are pretty much the only relevant things you can do. Which brings me to my number 3 team that you can play. If you're a whale, you don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to specify it anyway. If you have a whale team, then you can probably use a lot of combinations. I have saw some teams, I don't know, like the Regeneration, for example. Let me go to my regen. Now, right now my regen looks like this, and it is totally useless. Totally useless, because it has one combo breaker in Zamasu, but that's pretty much it. If I am going against a team that has Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, then Vegito is going to have enormous advantage against Omega, and he's going to be devastating against Zamasu. That's not okay. Even if I have my Majin Buu, he's only Zenkai at level 1. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very difficult to do something with this team. Now, if you look at it from ability point of view, from stars point of view, from every point of view, imagine this team looks awesome, right? It looks awesome. And yet, this is the weakest team I am showing in this video. Trust me, it is the weakest. Now, if I would want this team to actually be relevant, what I would need to do is, give me a moment, so many characters, is this, Evil 21. Now, the Regeneration Team with Evil 21 is still one of the most annoying teams that you can encounter in PvP. Just imagine having Majin Buu Zenkai, I don't know, at level 5. Oh my god. And to have Evil 21 at, I don't know, 7, 10 stars. Because we are talking here about whale teams. We are not talking about weak teams. Just give me a quick moment here to do this quickly. This one. Okay, so although my ability bonus dropped from 2500 to 2400, this team is now better than what I showed you before. The reason why I have a hard time playing this team is the fact that Evil 21 has 3 stars, and if I make a mistake, she dies pretty quick. Since I cannot rely on Omega Shenron to do the cover switch, because my opponent could bring Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and finish off Shenron with only a few hits, it's difficult. That's why I would really want to have Evil 21 at least at 6 stars, at least. But if you have her at I don't know, 10 stars, then yeah, that would be a team that you could really have fun with in PvP. As a recap, yeah, what you can do. If you don't have the stars but you have Super Vegito, you can try to go for whatever team you are able to include him in. The Future, the Gods, the Fusion, all of these 3 teams work. If you don't have the stars, you really need combo breaking, because you will not be able to take a lot of hits. Also remember, if you're playing with combo breaker, your opponent knows that you're playing with combo breaking, so don't try to switch immediately. Let him use 1 card, 2 cards, and then try to surprise him. Maybe your opponent will not do the same thing twice. He's going the first time with Strike and Blast, and the second time with Strike and Strike. These are strategies. For this, you just have to prepare in order for you to actually have a feeling on when it is okay to switch and which character you should include, which combo breaking. Are we talking about Strike or Blast breaking? If you have a lot of stars, then basically GT is awesome, Regen is awesome, even androids, let's be serious. I know you have not seen the androids in quite a long time, but looking at Evil 21, what is she still able to do, I am pretty sure that you can do Android's team. For me, that's not an option. As you can see, 3 stars on Evil 21, but who knows, maybe you guys have the roster. In case you don't like right now what is happening to PvP, don't worry about it. The banner that is now introduced, this one with the step on the legendary finishers, This one pretty much announced that the developers are still stalling, because right now they still want to keep Vegito in focus. They still want to keep the current meta in focus, and that's why any of the characters that you see right here are awesome to play. I like them, don't get me wrong, I really like them, but none of these characters can actually have the chance to change the meta. That is how I see it. That is why I don't recommend on investing in this banner, unless of course you actually have the crystals. Pretty soon the other tags that basically disappeared right now from PvP are going to get some upgrades. I remember that I saw some posts, and I think we are going to get a new turtles. New turtles means that something is going to happen for the movies team. The movies team has Bojack. Bojack is the best combo breaker in the game. He's able to counter almost any move you make, and that is awesome. That is why if Turtles is going to be able to somehow counter Super Blue Vegito, then Bojack is going to be back, and the movies team is going to be back, and just like that, once again the meta will shift. That is going to hold on for a while, and then once again the meta will shift. And if you have not really understood until now why, well, it is simple. The game is about crystals. In order for you to spam crystals, they have to introduce new characters. In order for you to want the new characters, those characters need to be relevant. Simple, right? I think so. But that's it, guys. That's it for me. I really hope that you enjoy this long video, and I really hope that you now have a better understanding of PvP. In case you already knew this information, then I'm quite curious if you agree with me. And if you don't, please, you have the comment section. I'm really looking forward for your comments. Until next time, I am ArchArchon. Thank you for watching, guys. See ya.